AI is taking over. Data jobs are disappearing. You've probably seen those headlines before, and if you're trying to break into data, they can really get into your head. But here's what the headlines aren't telling you. According to the LinkedIn Jobs on the Rise report for 2026, data, AI, and other technical roles are among the top 25 fastest growing roles in the US. So the demand is there, and the roles are there, and the path to getting a job in data is a lot more clear than the internet would like for you to believe. In this video, I'm going to show you what the data job market looks like from the inside, the roles that you should focus on, and together, we're going to write our very first SQL query. Let's start with the numbers. 52% of data roles have SQL in the job descriptions. That's over half. SQL is not a new shiny tool. It's been around since the 1970s, but it's still the bread and butter no matter what data role you go into. SQL has been the backbone of data for many years, and even AI is not changing that. And if you compare to other tools, Python only shows up in 31% of job postings, and Tableau 26%. But all companies in all industries use SQL, which is why it's the best way to break into data. So if you're feeling behind, I promise you're not. SQL is the best place to start. Just don't make these next 3 mistakes. The first big mistake that beginners make is chasing shiny tools. There's so much noise online and everybody's saying, buy my course, take my $10,000 boot camp. And people run in circles learning Python and Tableau and Power BI and 20 different tools and skills. And I'll be honest, Python and AI and all these really cool things make really good social media content. But you've no business learning these advanced skills if you don't have a solid understanding of the basics of data. First, starting out with those tools is kind of like building a house before you have a solid foundation. Everything's gonna crumble. And SQL is the foundation that all those other tools and skills sit on top on because SQL is the foundation of relational databases. It's how you talk to your database and get the data you need. Mistake number 2 is getting filtered out immediately by ATS systems. Most companies use applicant tracking systems or screen resumes before they even interview you. And if you're missing any really important keywords, you're automatically gonna be booted. So if a company is looking to hire a data professional who can talk to the database and get the data they need using SQL and that's not on your resume, you're gonna get skipped over for the job. Even if you're brand new and only know a little bit of SQL, put it on your resume. Otherwise, you're just gonna get filtered out. The third big mistake I see newbies make is that they don't focus enough on the technical skills. They spend all of their time working on the pretty things like making data visualizations and building dashboards and storytelling. And yes, those skills are very important too, but if you can't pull data from a database, clean it, transform it, and prepare it for analysis, you don't have an analysis. You don't have dashboards and visualizations and analysis without good data. And that's why it's really good to have a deep understanding of the technical side of data analytics too. And by the way, if you're not already enrolled, you're gonna absolutely love my free 5-day Data Career Kickstart mini course. It's a 5-day crash course and I'll walk you through the #1 skill you need to break into data and land high-paying jobs in the field, how to actually start learning this skill in just a few days, instead of just doing productive procrastination stuff, and how to start building a data analytics portfolio that will actually get you hired. And the best part is, it's completely free. Just click the link below in the description and I'll see you on the inside, because you're probably gonna spend 70 to 80% of your time on the job in SQL, cleaning data, transforming it, wrangling it, and lots of data cleaning. So SQL is not just your ticket into data, it's also what you're gonna use every day on the job. There's a few different types of data roles that you can target. Data analytics is one of the most accessible data roles because these jobs hire for skills, not just experience. Data analyst roles are usually very heavy in SQL and data visualization, and they're usually the perfect blend between technical and business stuff. And salaries range from 65K to 150K. A business intelligence analyst or BI analyst is very similar to a data analyst, but they're more focused on reporting and building dashboards and a little bit less technical. These salaries range from 70K to 130K. Next, we have data science. Data scientists do more complex and deeper statistical work. So predictive modeling, machine learning, and they spend a lot of their time in Python or R. But SQL is still required because that's the common language between all the data teams and that's how they pull in a lot of their data sets. These salaries usually range from 90K to 160K. Data engineers are focused on building pipelines and data infrastructure. They do something called ETL, extract, transform, load. They basically get all this raw, messy data from a bunch of places and streamline it into one place. That way the data analysts and data scientists can access it. They use a lot of SQL, Python, DBT, and orchestration tools. Their salaries range from 100K to 200K plus. Next, we have an analytics engineer. And this is kind of a newer role. They sit between a data analyst and a data engineer. They're basically a more technical data analyst role that works mostly in SQL and tools like DBT, and they basically translate data into business logic that analysts can use. So these are the different data roles, and it doesn't matter matter which one you choose, SQL is going to be the best place to start. So if you're not sure which one you want to go for yet, start by learning SQL and the basics of data. Now together, we're going to write our very first SQL query. Over here, we can see that we have an orders table in the database. And these are the different columns we have: order ID, first name, last name, email. We can actually write select star from orders, which means show me everything in the orders table. This is going to pull the entire table. And now we can actually see what our entire orders table looks like. And if we just want a little sneak preview of our data set, we can add limit 10 to the end of the query to only see 10 rows. And we can see that now we only have 10 rows in our output. If you want to go try this on your own, you can grab my data set and go to SQLite Online or any IDE of your choice. It is not too late for you to work in data. Data is a field that's going to be growing a lot in the upcoming years, especially to support all these AI initiatives. And even though it's been out since the 1970s, SQL is still the #1 data skill for all data roles and industries. And because you're here learning now, you're already taking one step in the right direction. So head on over to my next video and I'm going to show you the 3 SQL commands that show up in 80% of queries. And by the way, if you're not already enrolled, you're gonna absolutely love my free 5-day Data Career Kickstart mini course. It's a 5-day crash course and I'll walk you through the #1 skill you need to break into data and land high-paying jobs in the field, how to actually start learning this skill in just a few days, instead of just doing productive procrastination stuff, and how to start building a data analytics portfolio that will actually get you hired. And the best part is, it's completely free. Just click the link below in the description and I'll see you on the inside.